Hey everyone, a nerd named Mark here, and today it's time to go over episode 49 of Kamen Revice. Obviously, then per the usual, the reaction and my review at the end. I can't believe there's one episode left. I'm I'm still like, wow, we're almost like Revice is coming to an end, and it's been a journey. I think after the last episode airs and I do my regular reaction review, I want to kind of do a whole video going over the whole season from start to finish, not like, just my thoughts and everything else, because I didn't really do that with Saber, and I planned on it, but I have something actually planned for Saber as well, because it's been 1 year since that ended, so um, I'm curious to go over some stuff with that as well. But I don't really want to waste any time. To one episode left, and I got some other stuff I'm working on. And next weekend is Power Morphicon, so I will be there Saturday only. I'm not going all 3 days. I've got work commitments and other things I've got going on in my personal life. So I was like, you know what, one day I'm just gonna go Saturday all day and at least enjoy that. So me and the wife will be there. Other than that, yeah, nothing really else. I was gonna have Luna with me. Luna had to get another shot from the vet, so she's a little tired right now. So she is sleeping. So yeah, because I was like, oh, I would have the cat, the little kitten, with me in all the intros, but she's tired today. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna let her sleep. I don't want to bother her. But yeah, that's beside the point. So let's not waste any time. I'm gonna switch over to camera angles and everything else, and I'm gonna start going over and watching episode 49 of Kamen Rider Revice. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments below what you thought of this episode. I was looking at all the fights, looking at all the photos with Icky erased from them. Is this going to be a clip show? This Vice is narrating the whole entire history of why Icky's losing his memories and flashbacks to various episodes. I guess George and Hiromi are now all friendly, which, I don't know. The whole George thing was so quick. Like, I still have so many thoughts on that. That just, I don't know. The family's trying to tell him how different dinner memories and, yeah.
もちろんです。ああ、もう敬語使わなくていいってば。すいません。ごめん。兄ちゃん、あんま焦らなくていいからさ。俺。
Oh, he asked, how did I used to act?
え？この家族の中で、俺は
I'm wondering how I used to fit in with this family.
どういう存在だったのかなって。そりゃあもう動画すぎるほどのおせっかいよね。たちのこと。
You know, if this whole episode just focuses on Icky's memory and like more of depth of the contract, I would be okay with that. Because, yes, it started with the Vice and Icky fight, and then it's like, oh, 4 days earlier we get all this conversations, but like the fact that he's talking to Vice about he can't remember anything about the family or how we fit in with them, it's like, okay, this is, if it wasn't so quick, because it's like the parents were forgotten in one episode and literally the next episode he forgot this, Daiji and Sakura. It's like if there was more spread out of the family actually being forgotten, I think it'd be a little more, then we were like oomph to it. Oh, so Icky left the house. Okay. I figured, well, we saw that in the preview for last week, from last week. Okay, so Icky and Vice got their own apartment because, Hiromi still, I guess they had Phoenix like barracks and stuff, so they let him move in. It's been intriguing. Oh, Vice and George are talking? I was just apologizing. The contract should have ended when he forgot everything about his family, since there's nothing left to forget. So why is his contract still going? That's a good question. So it was specific. That contract was losing memories of his family only. Okay. Alright, so I don't normally pause when I do my reactions, but Vice made some curry with the dumplings in them, just like the mom would. And he did the whole pose, like, thanks for the food and everything else. And his mannerisms right now while he's eating with Vice is exactly how he used to eat with his family, but he wasn't acting like that before. And I get, they could be like, oh, well, Vice and him are by themselves now, so he's not as nervous. But he literally said, how did I used to act? How was I? So, like, I don't, like, if I don't, I'm not trying to nitpick. It's just, it's been a long season and the show's almost over. And, you know, there's a lot of things that are like, I've started to like, now that there's one episode left, I'm starting to actually have that curtain peeled back and I'm starting to really like process a lot of the stuff from the show because it's winding down. And I'm like, man. But yeah, like, he could have been just like this with his family because that's how he always was. So he forgot his family, but he didn't know how he himself was, which and how he would interact. And it's like, well, your personality didn't change. You're not forgetting who you are. You don't have amnesia. You're just strictly forgetting anything that has to do with your family. And I'm gonna resume now. He said, nah, you're not my partner. Your family. Ah, that's why the contract is still going. Because he considers Vice family, and he's supposed to forget his family. Okay. That's from a long-term story standpoint of their relationship, that makes sense, and I have no qualms with that at all. What in the parfait hell is that? That looks delicious. They're arguing over how to enunciate it. But I said it's time I went back to being the demon I'm supposed to be. Okay. So Vice is terrorizing people. Oh, we get Genta gonna turn into a Deathstream again? Are we gonna get a henshin? Oh yeah, Genta's gonna henshin. I was wondering if we were gonna see him transform again. Why does it look like there's like sauce on Vice's head? Like, I know it's supposed to be blood, but it doesn't look good. It looks very low budget. Wait, did he just use the Gifford Rex stamp on a rubber duck? What? I'm so confused right now, and I'm not gonna make comments about this. Nope. This is how I want to be since the start. Biding my time until you forgot everything. I feel like this is a front. Like, Vice really doesn't feel that way. Dude, it literally looks like there's like, that's like ketchup or like sriracha on him. this brings an end to our contract because he forgot them, so he gets to be free. This is for the best, right? Tamaki and all them. They all seem very fine now. Oh, yeah, the mom and Sakura are holding ketchup bottles, so they set all this up. Okay. So he must want Vice must want Ikki to defeat him then. The reason the contract doesn't end despite Ikki forgetting his family is because one family member still remains, which is Vice. Okay. So through this final battle, Ikki will forget about Vice, doing so will render their contract null like it never existed. Okay, that makes sense. So he's not trying to defeat Vice, he just needs to henchman in battle to make sure the last family member is forgotten. I guess this ends our little make-believe family too. Oh shit. What happened to demons not being liars? Oh shit. Said fight like you mean it. They're doing a slow motion, and that's the end of the episode. Of course it is. Alright, so that's episode 49 of Kamen Rider Revice. A lot going on for a very dialogue heavy. We got to see, you know, like I paused halfway through, which I don't normally do. I don't usually pause and, like, you know, actually do like a full tangent and reaction. But, you know, Ikki and Vice being on their own, that I will say the one constant, which is why I'm okay with how this episode went, and I'm pretty sure we know how the ending's going to be, and I'm okay with it, is because the one constant from the writing and storytelling standpoint has been Vice and Ikki's evolution of the relationship, especially early on when they formed a new contract. And so I was like, okay, this makes sense, you know, and of like how this ending between those two has to be. And how Ikki considers Vice family. That's why the contract hasn't ended, because he still has one more family member left to forget. My thing is, from a henching and transforming using power standpoint, it's never been set how much, you know, power does Ikki have to use and how much he has to keep transforming to forget someone. Because when you think about it, he started forgetting memories first, and then, you know, the parents. And then one episode later, after one fight with Juga, that wasn't even that long of a fight, he forgets Daiji and Sakura. And then now we're, you know, another episode or so later, and it's like he's, you know, so it's like one of those things where it's like the ground rules were never set. But that's nitpicking, because they also had that one line where they're like, using the ultimate Revice accelerated his memory loss. But at the same time, it's like, it's not accelerating the contract technically, but I do think out of everything, this makes perfect sense. It's not going to be, you know, a big huge boss that they fight. My thing is Alteka. Why was Alteka brought back for just that one little clip and nothing else? He's literally had a little hint at, you know, getting Tamaki all riled up, and then Hannah with her little one-liner, and then he gets put in handcuffs and brought away, and that's it. Why bring him back and give us a glint of hope that that is the final boss, or that he was going to do something, and that was it. So, you know, because with one episode left, I'm like, okay, what was done in the last, like, 3 to 4 episodes that could possibly culminate in these last 2 episodes? And I was like, really, other than Ikki and Vice fighting, more about the contract, and then Oltega, like, that's really the only things I was like, I had questions about, like, why were these doors are open still? Why aren't we shutting certain doors now? But it was a really good episode. I enjoyed it. I think the next week's episode, with it being the final finale, is going to be very interesting. The show has been a lot of highs and lows and a lot of jumbledness, but I've been really enjoying it. I'm gonna go more into that after the finale when I do a whole season thoughts and review type video. I'm also working on a 1 year later Saber video. Because I've been actually going back and like checking out clips and pieces of that. Because I was like, I didn't do a full like season review, but I want to see how my thoughts are a year after the show has ended. So I'm gonna be working on that. But let me know in the comments what you thought of episode 49 of Kamen Rider Revice. We have one episode left. Are you still watching? Are you enjoying it? Like, I just, it's very intriguing. Like, especially when you go online, you see all the tweets about Revice right now, and all of a sudden, like, a lot of people were hating on it before it even started, or when it first started, are now enjoying it, and now, there's a lot of people just aren't watching it at all, and just, aren't talking about it. And then also, you got the people who are hyped for Geets, and I'm surprised. I wonder if we're gonna get the Geets cameo crossover episode. Is that because there's only one episode left? Like, didn't we get the Revice one like in the last episode, or was it like one like I think we did. So I'm like, where's our Geets crossover episode? I'm curious to see that. But that's it for the video. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Like I said, already comment. I already said that like twice. Don't forget to like and share the video. I got more coming up soon. Working on a lot of stuff. And like I said in the beginning of the video, gonna get Power Morphicon this Saturday. So I'm trying to get some stuff lined up for that. With that being said, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.